Hello world and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick a card reading, what your spirit guides would like you to know regarding this next week. I have 3 piles for us, and in a pick a card reading, you pick the card, number, object. You use your intuition to do that, whatever resonates with you. And then I have the timestamps in the description. You click on that timestamp and then I will use my intuition to read these cards for you. So that is what a pick a card reading is, and this is all about what your guides want you to know for the next 5 to 7 days. If you like to pick with objects, I will be placing those objects right now. Oh, I lied. I'm not going to. I just want to let you know I'm using 3 different decks as well. So the deck on top is actually the last deck that I pull, just so you know. So when you get into it, and just so you know, there's 3 different decks that I use to confirm confirm the messages and confirm my cards. And it's so fun how that happens. I think it's fun anyway. Now I'm going to be placing objects. So for group number 1, this is Malachite. It is in the shape of an egg, and then it has like these tiny little crystals kind of in the little spaces that are open up in it. So that will be for group 1, Malachite Egg. For group number 2, this has more developed crystals in the little cavern. That's Druzy. So this is Druzy Agate. So this heart is agate, and then the crystals form, and then when they're kind of open like this, it's Druzy. Wanted to pick different shapes of stuff today. So we got an egg and a heart, and then we've got this just crystal shape. Aragonite is, and I just love Aragonite. It's one of my favorite shapes because it's just kind of random yet not random. So those are the objects, and if you're still not clear as to which pile to pick, that's fine. We're just going to do a little breathing exercise to get grounded, to be here in the moment, so you are welcome to do that with me. I'm going to close my eyes and take a deep breath in and release, and then continue to breathe as I'm telling you. We're going to release out any tension. We're going to set the intentions that you are here to hear the right messages for you. And then now go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the pile for you. So thank you so much for being here, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, group 1. This is, if you picked this Malachite Egg, or you like the number 1, or whatever reason that you find yourself here, these are the spirit messages your spirit guides are trying to tell you for this week. And the first card that comes out for you is the Canary Spirit. Sing your own song. It's time to make sure that you are expressing yourself. Make your voice be heard. I think you have something important to say. And it's time to be you. Be authentic to who you are. Sometimes when we start a new thing, when we're around new people, we're maybe guarded. We don't really let other people know who we are. Even around people that, like our family and our friends that we've had for a very long time, as we evolve, sometimes we're guarded about things and we don't let them fully see us for who we are. But now is the time to do that. It's either for your benefit, that in a relationship type thing, whether it's romantic or otherwise, that it's better to be disliked for who you are than liked for who you're not. Although I feel like this is just you, just being you. And I feel like when you sing your song, and when you are yourself authentically, the universe supports that, and it brings people to you who you've been seeking. So this could be another message where, you know, you are looking for that perfect job, you are looking for that perfect situation, roommate, relationship, co-workers, but if you're not being yourself, it's hard for everybody else to figure out, you know, where you fit in. Even though I think a part of this is not about fitting in, the part of this is about being you. I also feel like there's important messages, important things that you need to say. If you've been feeling guarded, if you didn't want to share something, it's time to share it. And yeah, I get that sometimes that is scary, but I feel like, and it may even, you may feel like it even threatens your future here, this 10 of Cups. But you have to be who you are. Let's see what the other 2 cards, okay. Page of Cups. A lot of Cups cards here. So I feel like there's a lot of fear around being who you are, or being, you know, I feel like there's a lot of guarded energy here. I was only going to pull 4, but 5 came out, so I feel like they're important because we start off with a lot of Cups cards, a lot of emotions running high, probably worried about how people see you, and what's important here is how you see yourself. 6 of Wands here is you standing up in victory. This is after you are like, you know what, this is who I am. This is what I bring to the table. You can walk away. You can, this might jeopardize the future that we thought we had here together. Or 10 of Cups over here reversed. I kind of feel like there is a path that you've been going down and it's not really the right path for you. And maybe you've been going down it for so long that you just keep telling yourself, well, we'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it turns out. And just because you've invested a lot of time and effort and energy in it doesn't mean that you have to continue down it. Or I feel like it's going in a direction that you're not entirely comfortable with. You speaking up, you know, we've got the 8 of Cups reversed. I think you felt like walking away. However, all of these other cards is talking about you showing your strength, you taking it, doing a twist on this, and finding victory in that twist, finding success in that twist. You know, this Page of Cups, this over here talks about like a road that you've gone down and gone down and gone down and gone down, maybe even a rut that you felt yourself in. And then you use your voice and then all of these beautiful things happen. You take a twist on it. You're not starting over from scratch. You're starting over from experience. And when you walk in the path of your authentic self, when you put your authentic self out there, when you put your true values out there, your true wants, your true desires, your true needs, that is where you're finding like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize how wonderful this was going to be over here. You're finding beautiful, unexpected things. This Page of Cups, she has a fish in it, a fish in that cup. So she finds something like really unexpected here when she is following her heart. And I kind of feel like over here, it's you know, you're not feeling like yourself. You're not following your heart. You're not following your guidance, your direction. Part of I think of singing your own song is quieting out other voices, quieting out, and even there's other voices in your mind sometimes, intrusive thoughts, negative thinking, and that's, I don't want to say that's somebody else's, but sometimes it is. Sometimes it's like the thoughts of like your 3rd grade teacher, and you don't even realize it until you like stop and listen to that thought and then decide if you're going to believe it, internalize it, or if you're going to let it go. And I feel like there's a lot of shedding here, because the canary spirit, yes, canary speaking his own song here, but he's also very light and delicate and isn't carrying a lot of baggage. And I feel like this is other people's baggage or other people's ideas of what you should be doing with your life, who you should be dating, what you should be looking for, what should be important to you. And you know, this is a theme that comes up a lot, I would say, in my readings. But I think that we're often faced with decisions and directions, and we change our mind and we evolve and we grow. And this is a week for you to evolve and grow. This is a week for you to put your wants, desires, needs, your voice forward. And look at all of these cards that we have over here: the Page of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Own it. Step into that power. Be yourself. You know, you have a lot of experience over here, and if it hasn't been working, it hasn't been working. You know what you're talking about, and you know what direction you want to take it in. Okay, I'm going to pull 2 cards from this deck and see what we have. Sloth, that's interesting, coming in over there. And Eye. So it's kind of funny that we have I over here, and I'll let you, because it kind of battles a little bit with Sing Your Own Song, but I think we have it worked out, and I'll be there in a sec. Sloth is the first one that comes out here. This deck has several different suits, and Sloth is from the suit of Sin. I find it interesting that it comes in over here. We've got the 10 of Cups reversed, the 8 of Cups reversed. You know, we've got some negative feelings over here, and then Sloth is laziness. I'm not saying that you're lazy, but when we feel that we're in a rut, a lot of times we don't have like that spark. We have Wands over here. Wands is a spark. Wands is an action. Wands is a doing. Wands is a moving. It is that spark that sometimes we need to move us forward, to take us to a place where we really want to go. And when we have, especially the 10 of Cups reversed, I feel like the 8 of Cups is just sitting here and waiting for something to change, and it's not changing. And then Sloth comes in over that as well. And while, you know, relaxation is really important, and it's a huge key to self-care and to our mental health too. Too much of it can really hold us back, and you're finding, I think, and I'm not saying that you're being held back, but if you don't move forward this week, I think you're going to start feeling like you've been holding back, or that you're just continuing in this rut, in this same it's interesting too, we have the clock. If you're watching this video when I'm uploading it, it's daylight savings time as well, so that's interesting connection here. But you know, I feel like you're holding back. You have so much more to offer than what you're giving. And whether that is in a relationship, a job, or you're just holding back on yourself. And I feel like you're holding back because you don't fully believe in this dream of the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is a beautiful card when it's upright. It's anything and everything that you would want for your love life and for your family and all of that. But it's everybody's idea of that is something different. And you need to find the people who support you in your dream of that and what you want. How do they know what you want? You have to tell them. You have to raise your voice. You have to let them know. So it's time to break out of this cycle. You need to find some motivation. I don't think that's going to be hard for you. When we have Wands cards over here, Wands is about motivation. Wands is about moving forward. Wands is about taking some action. And I feel like when you start stepping forward in some action here with like the Page of Cups, that you're going to start feeling like you're making some headway. And that is really important to motivation, because when you try something new and you just hit an obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, that gets old real quick. But I feel like the path you're on has more obstacles at the moment than the path that you want to take. And there's a lot of lovely action to take over here. So I mentioned and I said that it was interesting when we have the canary spirit, because the canary spirit says, sing your own song, speak your mind, be authentically you. The I isn't necessarily in conflict of that, of being authentic, but it may remind you not to drown out other people's voices, because I feel like there's other people, especially like in this Six of Wands, when you're sitting up here in victory, this is a very public victory. This is people around you supporting you and pushing you forward and celebrating you in this victory. Part of that tribe is when you watch and listen and learn about them as well. So it's, even though this is the canary show, this is the all you show over here, this is what you want, your desires, what you're putting forward, there are people on the path with you in that. And the I comes in for you to, I love that it's in the mouth here, because it's sometimes like, listen to what other people have to say as well, because there's things to learn from others. Everybody in the world knows something that you don't know. And we are all connected. So sometimes you meet somebody and you're like, okay, but they have a message for you. And when I am specifically thinking about your spirit guides this week, listen to what's going on around you. Even if it's like you're at a restaurant and you hear another conversation, like there could be messages in that for you. I've heard some people talk about, they're walking down the street and there's a homeless person muttering to themselves. And in that moment, it was actually like, because they stopped and listened, like that was actually a message to them they felt from the universe. So there are different ways that the universe can deliver messages to you. And I feel like, yes, be authentic, be you, be motivated, follow your path, but also listen for those, because your spirit guides are trying to tell you things and they're trying to guide you into this action over here. Absolutely take time for yourself if you need to rest, if you need to take a break. You don't have to be moving 24/7. That's okay. But when you are kind of like, and it's interesting, Sloth is over here over the Cups cards too, because Cups is about our emotions. Cups is about our feelings. Cups is about, our heart. And when Sloth comes over these Cups cards, like it's time to get out of our feelings. It's time to start expressing them in a positive way. And we're doing that because you're expressing yourself in a positive way. And you're using this momentum to push you to take action and to go your own way. And I feel like the King of Wands is also here to remind you how powerful you are and how powerful your way is when you start stepping forward. Like you're not taking a step on your own. When you step forward, the universe, God, spirit is stepping with you. And the I is over here to remind you like, hey, watch out for that. Watch out for the signs here that we are stepping with you, and you are going to find victory in the direction that you truly want to go. So that's what I have for you, Group 1. I hope that you have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 2. This is the Druzy heart, and we're just going to set that aside and look at our cards. And the first card that comes out for you is the Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. So what your guides want you to know for the next week is that sometimes obstacles present themselves. Well, there's a number of reasons why. A lot of times though, when you are prevented from getting what you think you want, it's because something better is on the way to you. The Rhino Spirit also talks about multiple ways to get through that obstacle. I'm looking at this It's interesting that we have this little crown kind of on this this horn, and there's a meme about a rhino being an actual unicorn, a curvy unicorn. So that's coming in here because I feel like there's a lot of magic around you. There's a lot of magic in your life. There's a lot of unexpected coming through as well. That obstacles are not here as a punishment. They're not here to hold you back. They are here to hold you back in a way, but it's just because it's to guide you to something better. There's more than one way around an obstacle. So if you've been hitting against it and hitting against it and hitting against it, and it's not moving, how can you go around it? How can you transmute it? How can you shatter it? What is it teaching you? It's time to start thinking about a little bit more in depth about that obstacle. There's a lot of beauty here for you, and it's something that, it's like the obstacle, again, it's not for punishment. It's something that is going to help you grow and bring, look at this strength, and bring you to where you're supposed to be, to the path that you're supposed to be on. Queen of Pentacles reversed. I feel like this could be in regards to a money issue. The Knight of Pentacles. And one more card here. The Moon reversed. Okay, things are going to be reveal themselves. It's not going to be a mystery forever. Right now, you might feel like it's a mystery. Right now, you might feel like you're failing. You are not. You are progressing forward. Even though it's tiny progress adds up to a lot. If you saved $10 a day, that's 365 or 3,605,000. You do the math for me. But 30 or 10 pages a day is 30 books for a year, something like that. So making that little progress, moving one foot in front of the other, at some point it's going to break out if you keep grinding. The Knight of Pentacles here is the grind, to keep in the grind. The strength, and then the Rhino spirit is to remember your strength. Sometimes you know, when I look at the Rhino spirit, I think about brute strength. I think about the muscles, the armor. You may need to back away from a situation where you may need to put some boundaries in place in a situation. That message is for a couple of you, maybe not everybody. That may be a specific message just for a couple of you about boundaries. We teach people how to treat us, so we need to be clear on our boundaries. With this Strength card over here, the one who's strong in this isn't the lion. It's this woman who is with the lion's companion, the lion tamer in a lot of ways. And she's doing this taming through her grace, through her beauty, through her softness. Through love. She's showing a lot of love. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles shows a lot of love as well. And the Queen of Pentacles, though, we have in reverse. And I feel like this speaks to the obstacles that you have been running up against. It speaks towards maybe financial obstacles, again, because it's Pentacles. I feel like there needs to be some relax here. There needs to be some relax, reframing of the situation, relooking at it. We have the Moon reverse. The Moon is one of those cards where when it shows up, it's kind of like, you know, you're asking for answers. The Moon shows up and it's like, things are not clear. Like, okay, thanks. I realize that things aren't clear. But when we have her in reverse over here, I feel like it's going to clear up. I feel like it's opening up. It's just perseverance. I feel like you need to find some balance here in your work situation, in your home life. If you have been grinding away, and you're not seeing any progress, keep going, but maybe shift your energy, shift your attention towards your family for now, and allow spirit to work its miracles. Allow it to progress. I feel like there's going to be a breakout here, and it may come in the next week, actually, since we're just doing next 5 to 7 days. But it's not the time to give up. This is the time to push forward. When you're hitting this little bit of resistance, and I realize I just said little bit, and when you may feel like it's a lot of bit of resistance, it's time to keep pushing forward. And the Knight of Pentacles too, you can see there in the other cards as well. You can see there's fields here. This knight has taken a moment out from battle, and he is planting fields. He is he's doing what he needs to do now, so that in the future he can feed his family or his village or his community. He is planting these fields. He trusts that the work that he's doing now is going to be fruitful. He trusts that for you, this could be some training that you need to take. This could be a mentorship where you work with somebody else and you let them teach you and guide you so that you can break through this financial barrier that you might have at work. This could be even sending out those resumes to find another job. Just keep grinding, just keep going. You know that it starts with you sitting down or writing out all of your experience and then going and finding those jobs. And it's a grind to do that. It's almost a full-time job to find a job. But I'm leaning towards this, but it could also be like a weight loss thing as well, where you feel like weight loss, body goals, nutritional goals, health goals. I say weight loss, so many people want to lose weight, but it may not even be weight. It might be health goals as well. My husband had a heart attack he was 42 when he had a heart attack. And he had already lost a lot of weight, but it was changing his diet and to change his body. So it wasn't necessarily a weight thing, but it was a health thing that he needed to do to change his body, so to prevent having a heart attack in the future. But with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles, I'm leaning on that material thing. I'm leaning on that money. I'm leaning on that health, the body, your home. This could be even grinding to find that perfect home that you feel like you're apartment hunting right now. It will become clear. It is finding for you what you desire. It is finding for you what you need. Let's see what else we have. Looking Glass and the dog. It's interesting, we have the dog that comes in over here over strength, and then also the Queen of Pentacles. The dog to me and in this deck is about loyalty and companionship. If you need a shoulder to cry on, sometimes you're the strong one. Sometimes somebody else is the strong one for you. And sometimes you allowing somebody else to be strong for you shows your own strength. I've had that come through before, where this strength card came up and I was like, there's a story about this little kid. His mom went to the neighbor's house and asked for a cup of sugar, and they gave her one, and he was like, "Why did you ask for that?" "Because we have sugar." And then she said, "I asked for that because I knew they could give me a cup of sugar, but I also know that they're going to need our help in the future." And I wanted to open up that cycle of giving. And I often see like the strength as a cycle of giving, because there are two figures here, and there's two figures here on the dog. So lean on your family, lean on your friends if things aren't going the way that you expect them to, or you think that they should go within that career space, that money space, that health space. People are here and your guides are here as well. Your guides are here with you, and they want you to know that they love you and they are here for you, and that they will send you messages of that love. this is included in a message of telling you how proud they are of you, how strong you are, and how much they love you, and to hold on. And then I also love the looking glass. Coming in over here. The looking glass refers to kind of this rhino spirit and the strength as well. It's look inside yourself. You have the strength to this. The moon kind of refers to that as well. However, you know, when things aren't clear, it is to trust your intuition. And I kind of feel like there might be a little bit of hesitancy to trust your intuition here because you keep running into obstacles. So it's time to relax a little bit. Even the Knight of Pentacles is telling you to relax. Relax and trust. You're going to find your way. Keep moving forward. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep moving. Just keep pushing. Your progress is going to catch up with itself. Like right now, it may not feel like you have saved a lot, or you have done a lot, or you have accomplished a lot. But at some point, you're going to start recognizing it. At some point, you're going to start seeing it, as long as you start making the steady and small progress. And you can keep going. Break it down into what do you need to do today. You know, any type of an addiction with, say cigarettes, for example. I know people who have quit smoking and it has been very, very difficult. And they can set a thing of like, I'm not going to smoke like ever. But that kind of sets them up for failure. But they can break it down. Like, in this moment, I'm not going to take a cigarette. In this moment, I'm not going to take a cigarette. You know, and that, all those small moments add up. And that's what this Knight of Pentacles is talking about. And that's what this looking glass is telling you. You have the strength. You have the strength, the will, the determination. There's a lot of strength, will, determination cards here to do it. If you are lacking in feeling love, don't. Your guides are here to tell you that they love you, and there is something big going to break open for you. Trust yourself, trust your guidance, trust them, trust the universe. May not feel like it's all rainbows, unicorns, and flowers here at the moment, but you know, I just keep coming back to this tiny little crown here on this horn. Adjust your crown. Believe in it. Believe in it. Believe in your success. And I believe in you, and your guides are here to believe in you as well. So that's what I have for you, my lovely number twos. Just keep swimming. Thank you, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 3. This is the Aragonite. I'm just going to place that over here, the number 3, and the 2 cards that come out for you, because everybody else got 1, but 2 came out, so we're going to take it. We have Ant Spirit, Time to Collaborate, and Elephant Spirit, Learn from the Past. So Elephant Spirit, it's important to learn from the past. It's important to look at those stories that we tell ourselves. And it's really interesting too how these stories change as we grow, evolve, and learn. This could even be talking about, I just remember, and this is coming up here, Lord of the Flies. I think we read it in 6th grade or something like that. And I remember my teacher telling us that the meaning of this story changes as, or how it hits you, how it impacts you, changes as you get older. So this could be talking about, you know, picking up an old book as well. But don't spend too much time reading, because it's also time to collaborate. And if you don't have your tribe is ready for you to find and explore. So whatever it is that you want to build, whatever it is that you want to experience, for instance, maybe it's something like, I just know this happens a lot. So like a mom's group. There's a lot of places where you can find an online mommy time group where you can meet up and have play dates and things like that. So you might be called, maybe not to do a mom's group, but There are a lot of different meetups. Maybe you're into photography, maybe you're into hiking, maybe you're into, and this could be working together in a work situation too, although I'm throwing out there a lot of different leisure activities. But I feel like those are the types of things that we really are interested in, and we need to connect with other people about. The internet is so great for that because it allows us to find people with our common interests. And I feel like it's time for you to explore that. It's time for you not only to think about your past, but also your future, because that's the important part of the elephant spirit. And it's, you know, we're not forgetting, we're remembering. That's important because there's a lot of things that people forget about the past and then remember that we are doomed to repeat it. Whoa, okay. Everything wants to come out here all at once. We've got Judgment, we've got the Devil, we've got the Two of Swords reversed, we've got the Four of Pentacles reversed. All right, so let's start with Judgment. Judgment is about a card about evolving. It's a card, and speaks so much to this elephant spirit. It's about learning and moving and growing, and it's about that growth. There's a lot of times people are talking about, what they do for a living or what they like to do in their free time, and it's a calling. If you hear that, like they wanted to go into this profession, teaching, medicine, something like that, because it was a calling. That's what the Judgment is talking about. You might be being called to do something right now, and whether that is weird. I'm saying weird because build a tree house. Somebody might be wanting to build a tree house. That's why I'm saying weird. Somebody's guides are talking about building that tree house. But part of, building a community, it may be a very physical building of something that you're interested in. It might even be getting together and just to have those people around you, to have that camaraderie where you are playing different games like Dungeons and Dragons or Magic, or getting together for Pokemon Go, something like a lot of this is, I'm seeing like a lot of people getting together and having fun, and not necessarily and being very constructive is what I want to say. So Judgment, that calling, that awakening in Judgment as well. I feel like this time of year we're talking about awakenings anyway, kind of coming out of our hibernation. Even though we don't hibernate, we kind of hibernate. So that's what Judgment is talking about, that moving forward, that leveling up. Four of Pentacles is an example of that idea. It's four, but it went when we have it in reverse, because Four of Pentacles, notice how she's hunched over and she's kind of holding on. She's very closed off. She's holding on to her money. She's not spending anything. She's not going out. She's hoarding is what she's doing. But when we have it in reverse, it's time to release. It's time to open up. It's time to allow. It's time to move forward. It's time to actually move. It's time to take some action. It's time to maybe remember why you were hoarding, why you were, because we're remembering here with this elephant spirit, we're not forgetting our past. This could also be like moving into a new relationship, a new job. You may have like been guarding your heart. You may have been guarding your your body. Physically, we don't hibernate, but we kind of hibernate. So in general, we put on a little bit more weight over the winter because we're not moving as much. And this is talking about really feeling that springtime, really feeling the cycles, really pushing and moving out, and really enjoying our community, getting to know our community, getting to know other people, moving forward. We have the Devil. So, the Devil comes in, the Devil talks about attachments. The Devil talks about and some things that are really unhealthy for us. And then we've got Two of Swords reversed. Two of Swords is, it's like the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords is also kind of better when it's in reverse, because it's sitting here not making a decision, not knowing where to go, kind of a little bit clueless. She's also got a blindfold on. She's they're both energies where we're kind of stuck here and we're not making any choices. But when we have the Two of Swords in reverse, it's time to make that choice. It's time, it's time, and it's time to move forward. It's time to push forward. So the only card of concern is this Devil. And again, this is attachments, this is addiction. So it would just be something to watch out for, that you're not getting in, the tribe that you are surrounding yourself with are people who are marching forward, people who are a good influence on you, that they're moving in, that you're moving in the right circles. You have the right to choose which people you are around. You have the right to choose who is in your life. You have the right to choose the activities that you do. And I kind of feel like it's important, this elephant spirit, it's important to remember, maybe you haven't always been at this position in your life. Maybe you've been in a much less healthy position than you are right now. And I feel like everything over here, the judgment especially, and the collaboration and the elephant spirit is talking about moving forward into things that are healthy for us. Now, there are some addictions that are I would say, okay, you have to be wise here. You have to use this wise elephant spirit to your best advantage, because it's your life. You're making your own decisions. Nobody controls you. You do what you want to do. You pick who surrounds you. So healthy addictions would be like creating a pattern where you walk every day, creating a pattern where you call your mom every day, creating a pattern where you really want to, I wouldn't even, caffeine is an addiction, but it's not, you decide how bad it is, because sometimes for some people it's really bad. For other people, it's something that keeps them on track. It actually helps connect. I have a friend who has ADD and he does not take medication for it. He uses caffeine to help him because a lot of the medication for ADD, ADHD, I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you one person's experience and and the experience of parents who have ADHD children. Sometimes caffeine can help with that. So even though you have to judge it. You use your judgment to judge what you're doing and make sure that it is okay for you. Because there is some enjoyment in these attachments. That's why we get attached in the first place. We're not meant to have no fun at all. But you have to walk that line. You have to decide what is right for you, what is okay with you, and go from there. So we got Hera, and I'm going to pull one more from this deck. This is a fun deck that I just got. It has different suits. Yeah, and then chakras. So it has different suits, like this is the suit of goddesses, and then the suit of chakras. So I love that chakra comes in over the Devil and the Two of Swords. It connects to both cards. We'll get into that in a second. But let's talk about Hera. Hera is the goddess of goddesses. Like, she is the top dog. That's not something I say, but that's something that's popping into my head. So if that's something you hear in your head, let me know, because she's the top dog, queen of all. In this, it talks about you being a natural born leader and you're more powerful than you know. The important thing, and I think that with the Devil here to remember, is to keep calm and be careful not to let jealousy and vengeance overcome you. Because if you read Greek mythology, I'm going to put that on, Zeus Hera is married to Zeus, and Zeus does a lot of terrible things, and so then Hera does a lot of terrible things. Really, all the Greek gods and goddesses do some terrible things, but we're on a better path. We're using our wisdom here. We're using our elephant spirit. We're using our judgment. We are evolving and being better. So we're going to take the good qualities of Hera and really focus on that. We're going to focus on compassion and empathy for others. And then we're not going to let our power consume us. I feel like that might be why the devil is here as well, because there's, you know, good sides and bad sides to a lot of things. Now, why I like, and I'm just gonna scooch these over so we can see them all together here. Why I like the chakra next to the devil and the queen, or the two of swords here. Chakras are, well, your body has a ton of chakras, but the main chakras that we talk about, we've got the crown, third eye, throat, heart, root, sacral, and what's the other one? Solar plexus. Solar plexus, sacral, and our root chakra. So chakras are our energy vortexes in our body. It is about having these aligned. It is about having balance, because that is when we are in our power. And remember, we have judgment and we have Hera over here reminding us to use our power with wisdom, and to balance our power. When we don't have our power in wisdom, we can go run amok here with this devil. We can let our attachments control us. But this is, you are in control of, with your chakras, your alignment, your balance. You are the one in control. Now, the Two of Swords, I love it with the Two of Swords as well, because this is something that I see in the Two of Swords and I kind of forgot until the chakra showed up. Take a look at this card. Her heart chakra is being blocked by her hands. She's not making her decision, and then she's not seeing anything either. She has her eyes closed. So she is not allowing her heart to make her decisions. She is closed off. Remember, I said that the Two of Swords and then the Four of Pentacles over here, they're kind of better in reverse, because it is about movement. It is about pushing forward. When you find alignment and you are walking in your own integrity, and integrity, it means that you're using your heart chakra. It's not hard to make choices. You make the right choices for you. They might be hard choices, but you're making the right choices for you. You're making those choices out of love. And it's interesting too, like the Hera card talks about having love for others. So I feel like, and you know, you have to have love for others too when you're collaborating with them. So there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of depth here for you, group 3. But I feel like it's needed because of you, how powerful you are, and this next evolution that you're facing here, and where you're going. And your guides want to make sure that you're prepared for that. Your spirit guides want to make sure that you are understand your power, that you are working with integrity, that you're working with other people, that you're showing them compassion, and that you're balanced here in your chakras. A little bit of guilty pleasures is okay, as long as you know you're going into it with your eyes wide open and you know what you're doing and the path that you're going down. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope that you have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading.